Last time in the Black Clover manga, Dante defeats Asta, leaving him in an unconscious state. Gauche is saved as Gray's backstory is revealed, and Yami turns up to save his squad. Yo, what's going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're reviewing chapter 245 of the Black Clover manga. And my god, did this chapter deliver more of what Black Clover does best. Plot twists, fast-paced action, brilliant artwork, and just overall hype. But before we go jumping straight into this review, let me ask you guys to please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. Anyway, we learned some new tasty info in this chapter. The type of info that can spawn many theories about one of Black Clover's greatest characters, Yami. First off, who else got goosebumps when Yami said he'd learned some new stuff over the past 6 months? When I read that, I just stopped and thought to myself, oh boy, this is going to be good. And following on from that statement from Yami, we see his brand new spell, Black Moon. And this is really OP. It's basically a new and improved version of one of his old spells, Black Hole, which is basically a small black hole that absorbed different spells around it within a short radius. With this Black Moon, however, he combines the black hole with Mana Zone. By doing so, it allows him to cover a much larger radius. And this allows him to just negate Dante's magic, giving him a somewhat anti-magic-esque ability. And also, as we already know, dark magic can affect other spaces. So even when Dante does try and be sly by distorting space with his gravity magic, it can't work in Yami's condensed arena. In fact, his gravity magic doesn't work full stop. We see this as Yami manages to stop the swing of Dante's sword coming at high speed. And also on top of that, it just scientifically doesn't work. A black hole is something that has such massive, strong gravity to the point where not even light can escape. So unless Dante can match that, I don't think his gravity magic is going to be much use. So where does this, quite frankly, obscenely massive advantage put Yami? Well, the thing is with Dante, you can almost be certain he's going to have an ace up his sleeve. Yami alludes to it in this chapter, but Dante has basically been stalking Yami. So if he's done a good job, he'd likely know what Yami's capable of. That being said, he did seem fairly surprised by most things Yami did, even the basic things like cutting through space with Dark Dimension Slash. Also, another side note, do you realise how insanely OP and cool that sounds? Calling something cutting space basic. Anyway, I digress. The chances are that Dante will bite back and will bite back hard. Because I can't help but think that he's still not really taking any of this fighting all that seriously. We know he can still tap into more of Lucifer's powers if he pleases. And maybe then he can overthrow Yami's new spell. And also, as generic as it sounds, I've read plenty of shonen to know that what Yami did in this chapter, overthrowing an opponent, dramatic entrance, cliffhanger making it seem like he's won, we've seen it all before, hundreds of times in different series. It's not going to end well for Yami. That being said, I would love for Tabata to not go down the more generic route. I truly think that with Dante, this is Tabata's chance to create a shonen legend along with the likes of Aizen and Madara. But I suppose at the end of the day, it all comes down on how long Yami can keep this new spell going for if he wants any chance of winning. Like Yami said, this is a new spell that he's only learned in the past 6 months, and chances are that this is his proper first time using it in an actual serious battle. So realistically, how long can he keep that going? Personally, I suppose there's a few different ways that this fight may end. Yami winning? Possible. Dante winning? very possible. Interrupted, some may say very shonen-esque, maybe generic, but still possible. Dante retreats, maybe. This, I think, is the one scenario I would really hate. Mainly because he's come specifically for Yami, and he does not strike me as the type of person that would just voluntarily leave empty-handed. At best, I'd want him to take Asta with him. On to some other really spicy information that we got in this chapter. It turns out that Yami is the key to the underworld. Now, we knew Yami's dark magic had something to do with the underworld because it was able to affect... Now, we knew Yami had something to do with the underworld because he was able to use it against Zagred, and there was nothing that he could do about it with his word magic. Now, the jury is still out right now. We don't know why the Dark Triad have turned themselves into Devil Host, or why they want all these arcane stage mages, or why they want Yami specifically. But what it sounds like is that they want a way to the underworld, and as we learned, Yami is that way. But for whatever reason, they want to take an army of arcane stage mages with them. Now, we know, to clarify, as arcane stage, one of the things is to be able to defeat a devil. Do the Dark Triad want to go to the underworld to wage war on the devils? But I think overall, this was another brilliant chapter. As far as starts to an arc go, I would say this is above and beyond the best beginning to an arc we've had. Fingers crossed Tabata keeps this level of writing and hype and everything, artwork, you name it, going throughout the duration of this arc. And this is asking for a lot, but the entire saga. Honestly, I can't even begin to predict what direction this saga is going, because this arc feels like the type of arc you would have at the end of a saga. Not the beginning. This is supposed to be the little stepping stones to something much bigger later on. Yet, like I said, this feels like the payoff, but it's actually just the start of something much, much bigger. Overall, I suppose if we can take one thing from this chapter, it's don't mess with Yami. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think are going to happen next. Like I said, leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. Seeing you guys in another video very, very soon. But until then, peace.